How many index funds have you launched at Jio BlackRock?
So we have 5 index funds live right now.
And what are these 5 index funds, and what is the thesis behind launching each one of them?
Yeah, sure. So there's 4 of them are equity. So we have the Nifty 50, the Next 50, then the mid cap and the small cap, and then we have a duration, so the 8 to 13-year GSEC fund. The reason why we did that, and the reason why we did them all together, because we really, really believe strongly in asset allocation. And I think that is one thing where I would love to do a lot more of in terms of talking about and education, is ultimately for an individual investor, asset allocation is what really matters, right? So what more than what's this one stock that you hold, or even what's this one fund that you hold, and what is the performance of that one fund? It's the portfolio of funds that you hold is what is going to really drive returns, right? And we want to make sure that we, right at the start, we're able to provide the right building blocks to get started. So these 5 index funds actually provide a very, let's say, comprehensive suite of building blocks, because you've covered pretty much the whole equity market and you've got a GSEC fund in there. So for an investor, they can mix and match depending on what they want to do in terms of the risk profile that they might have, or any specific goal that they might have. They can choose and they can decide. Or if they want to go, if they are unable to decide, they can go to an advisor and get the same kind of advice to figure out like how to mix these funds. So that's why we pick those funds. But that's just the core building blocks, right? And I think what you will see from us coming forward, and you've already seen that with the next fund, which was the FlexiCap Active Fund, we want to provide more and more different types of building blocks so that people can choose and say, okay, what is the right mix of funds in my whole portfolio that I want to build? And that's kind of how we are approaching our initial phase.
What's the total AUM as of now of the Jio BlackRock AMC?
So look, I think it moves quite a lot, right? And it's around sort of 14,000 crores right now.
This is across all the 6 funds?
Across 9 funds.
Okay,
we have 9 funds right now.
Okay.
And remember, we also have a suite of funds that are mainly there to provide liquidity. So we launched the first set of funds that we launched are cash funds. So these are primarily your overnight liquid money market, which are primarily used by institutions and corporates for their cash management purposes. We actually have seen a lot of retail participation in that as well, which we're very excited about, to see that there are retail investors using liquid cash funds as part of their investment portfolio. But by nature, they are there to provide liquidity. So yeah, it will move around. We expect it to move around. What I really look at is the number of investors, right? And I think that's where so far we're really encouraged with the start that we made. We're only 4 months in to our launch, but even within our first NFOs, we had brought in over 750,000 investors into our funds, right? And now it's over 800,000 as we speak right now. And that's something that we really look at closely, because our mission here in India is to provide, easily affordable, accessible, simple solutions to make it easier for more and more people to move from just being savers to becoming investors. That's the mission. So that's the thing that we track the most, more so than AUM. And some of the early signs that I'm seeing, which I'm really encouraged by, is that actually 10% of our investors are first-time mutual fund investors, right? So, and we can track all of this, right? So the ability for us, and we haven't even talked about kind of how we approach the market, mainly through digital means. So it's all digital, it's all direct. And the fact that through the phone and other digital platforms, we're able to bring more new people into the industry is super encouraging for us to see, because that is, as I said, what we're here to do. We're here to grow the market. The other things that we find really, really encouraging and interesting are that nearly 40% of our retail AUM is coming from the B30 cities, so beyond the top 30 cities, which is higher than the industry average. So industry average is, I think, around 28, 29%. Ours is 40%. The other stat that I'm really encouraged by when I look at the shape of the participation is that 40% of our retail participation is from the B30 cities, so beyond the top 30. So that again is pointing to the fact that through our digital ecosystem, we're able to reach newer customers, and also if people from, let's say, places that are beyond where you would normally expect all the investors to come from. So that's a really, really encouraging. So these are the kind of metrics that we track, and I think we will continue to do that, right? So we really are able to understand who are our investors, and I think that's super important because when we come up with, let's say, the next set of products, we want to be talking to more and more of those kind of investors. When we and I think that's super important for a country like India, which is so vast, so diverse. Being able to talk to investors in regional languages, being able to customize the messaging is really, really important. So